Hello everybody, Heather the Bard here, and today I want to do a lesson on how to change your ukulele strings. So let's get to it. So first of all, one of the first things that we need to do is we need to remove the strings from your tuners on the headstock. As you can see, I've already removed 3 of them, and all that means is you just loosen your strings by turning the tuning knobs until they get loose enough that you can pick up a string and slip it over the top here. Seeing that one's still a little bit too tight, so let's just keep cranking on that. Loosen it just a little bit more. And you see now there's some play in it, so we should be able to just pick it up and slip it right over the top like so. And you can do that and do that a few times to kind of get it loose from the windings here. And then you'll see that we have a knot, basically. So, and this is pretty typical with nylon string instruments, is that when the string goes through the tuner head, they loop it back around and stick it back through one more time. And so you just slip that puppy out of there, pull the tail through so it's just through once, and then pull it free. And all the tuners are off. So then if we come back down here, you'll see we have all of these strings just unattached to anything, and they're just sitting right there. Now this, excuse me with the jostling of the camera, this is pretty easy to do. Is all we do here is you just basically pick up that twist right there, and you just pull to get some slack in it, and then you can come through and slip the string through there, and you just pull. And of course, naturally, it's hung up with all the other ones right now, so this is going to be a little bit messy. So just pull it through until it comes free. And now you see we have this nice little twist that's not attached to anything, and you just pull it free and pull the string all the way through until it's gone. And then you need to do that with each of the next 3. So here you have your new set of strings. My ukulele is a baritone, and I've chosen to do reentrant tuning. Ukuleles have a variety of different tunings. You can have standard G, C, E, A tuning. Since this is a baritone, baritones are typically tuned D, G, B, E, like the treble, 4 treble strings on a guitar. This is what's called reentrant, which is basically typical ukulele style tuning, where the string that, if you're on a standard uke, your G string is high, and then it goes low to your C, and then it comes up with your E and your A. This is even though these are baritone strings, that's what reentrant means, is that the strings on the outside are high, and then the strings that are in the middle are lower pitched. And so this is just telling me reentrant tuning in high D. So it's a high D, and then G, B, E. So it still maintains that "my dog has fleas" type of tuning with it. Now, as I mentioned, there's a variety of tunings. Personal preference, I highly recommend that as you get comfortable playing your ukulele and start practicing a lot, that you try out different strings. Each time you play for a while, change and try a different set of strings. Different strings made out of different materials sound differently. Typical baritone strings or low G tuning for standard ukes have a wound string, or with baritones usually 2 wound strings. Wound strings sound totally different than straight nylon strings. My personal preference is I tend to prefer the non-wound. This one is 100% clear fluorocarbon set. This is my first time trying this particular set of strings. I have tried fluorocarbon strings before with South Coast brand, and really liked it because in my personal experience, now I play a lot. I play worship music at church. I play a lot on my own time. I play at medieval events because I use my ukulele as kind of a Renaissance guitar because they're tuned very similar, and so a lot of the music transfers over. But the point is that I play a lot, and I find that your nylon strings, your clear fluorocarbon strings tend to last longer than wound strings. But either way, it's personal preference. I know players who prefer the wound strings. I know players who are like me who prefer non-wound strings. And just don't be scared. After you get a little comfortable with your instrument, play around with different tunings. Try if you're playing a standard uke, try low G. Try different materials for different strings. You'll find that sometimes something will really sit well with a particular type of strings and then it won't with a different type of strings. Instruments are very individual, just like we are. They because of their tone woods, because of their construction materials and stuff, they will have different preferences themselves, and some sets of strings will sound just fantastic on your instrument and another set of strings may not.